In today's video, I'm going to be comparing Chainlink's chart to the Amazon chart and show exactly how the price of Chainlink is mirroring the exact same pattern Amazon followed right before it exploded in value. Now, before we start, I want to thank DIY Investing for pointing out this chart because it shows exactly how undervalued Chainlink is and why it's likely to explode in price upwards of $100 very soon. Now, when we take a look at the Amazon chart, we can see that Chainlink is actually repeating the exact same trading pattern that Amazon made back in 2009 before it absolutely exploded in price. Since the peak of the dot-com bubble, Amazon actually had its bear market and it then went into accumulation phase where it made an ascending level of support where every time it actually came back down to this level, it would actually bounce off of that level of support, putting in higher highs and higher lows. Now we can actually see that Chainlink is repeating that exact same pattern. Since the peak of the 2021 bull run, Chainlink had its bear market and its accumulation phase, and it's now been making a same ascending level of support where it's been putting in higher highs and higher lows, bouncing off of this key level of ascending support. Now, when we look at these two charts, they look almost identical, and I'm actually expecting Chainlink's chart to play out in a very similar way to what Amazon did back in 2009, because when you actually compare these patterns, it's making the exact same chart pattern on the chart. Now, this white line here of ascending resistance is actually going to be the key level that we need to see Chainlink break above in order for it to get that massive breakout, because if it can actually get above that white line and start to hold that as support, then we're likely going to get a massive explosion to the upside, very similar to what Amazon did. And when we take a look at the Amazon chart and we zoom out a little bit, we can actually see how far it actually exploded. And that's something that I actually believe that Chainlink's about to do and that we're gearing up for. As long as we can get above this key level of resistance right here and hold that as support, then we're gearing up for that next leg. And that's going to be a likely possibility as long as Bitcoin continues to put in new all-time highs this cycle and actually breaks to the upside. But I'm expecting a lot of these altcoins to follow after Bitcoin as well. Now, if we do come to this level and we cannot get above it, then it becomes more probable that we do get a rejection back down to this ascending level of support where we can look to then make another breakout to the upside. However, I do believe the more likely scenario is that we do follow the exact same chart pattern that Amazon did back in 2009, where we can actually break above this level and start to turn that into a level of support, which then sets us up for that major breakout to the upside. And when we look at the Elliott wave structure of Chainlink, we can see a wave 1 followed by a wave 2 correction, wave 3, wave 4 correction, and then a wave 5 followed by your typical ABC correction back down. So this is following a very typical Elliott wave structure. Now we know that all Elliott waves are made up of subwaves. So this whole 5-wave correction was just actually a wave 1 and a wave 2, which is now setting us up for that wave 3 impulse to the upside. And we know with Elliott waves that the third wave is quite often the most explosive, where the majority of the gains are made. And this is likely going to send Chainlink over that $100 mark, in my opinion. And I honestly believe that a lot of people have been sleeping on Chainlink as it's an older coin and has already had a previous cycle. And in a market that's constantly changing, chasing the next shiny new altcoin, it's very easy to ignore older projects. But Chainlink has some of the strongest fundamentals in all of crypto. It powers the majority of DeFi with its decentralized oracles and has real-world partnerships with companies like Swift and Google, and it's now rolling out staking and cross-chain interoperability. Chainlink is building the infrastructure that the entire crypto ecosystem depends upon, which gives Chainlink real staying power in this space, and that's why I believe that Chainlink's about to absolutely explode in price and likely going to hit a price point above $100. And in my opinion, Chainlink's going to be one of the easiest 10x opportunities this cycle. For a top 20 crypto, Chainlink has solid fundamentals and is an extremely safe pick that's also extremely undervalued at the same time. And that's why I've actually accumulated quite a lot of Chainlink, and it is one of the main coins in my portfolio that I am going to be holding to the end of this cycle. As long as we do see Bitcoin continue to perform and break out into new all-time highs, I'm expecting Chainlink to actually follow afterwards and break out in a big way, just like this fractal is suggesting. Now, that's pretty much all I've got for today's video. If you'd like some one-on-one coaching with me to learn how to trade or how to invest, or if you'd just like me to take a look at your portfolio and give you some feedback, message me on either Instagram or Twitter, or send me an email. And to purchase my top 10 crypto picks, the coins that I believe are going to be the most profitable and get you that 50 to 100x this cycle, you can purchase that just by clicking on the link below. But besides that, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.
Bitcoin, please go to moon. Stop going sideways now. Don't ever say we going down to 1K, but Mr. Novogratz say we have bottomed out. Bottomed out, Novogratz is bullish. Bottomed out, don't ever rise is bearish.
Bearish positive 13 times there.
Novogratz is bullish.
Bitcoin could be at 40,000.
Let us go to moon.